to our last day of driving. Yay! So we have left the park at 6:30. Can you believe that, for those of you who know me? Isn't this sky beautiful? I mean, it's rare if I see a sunrise. I wanted to share it all with you. Look at that. It is just gorgeous. So this is Tuesday, the 1st of November. And we really enjoyed our visit with Michelle and Brad and got to know their new puppy, Olive. She's our sweetie. And of course her cats, Marty and Zelda. It goes without saying, they love their grandparents. So isn't that just gorgeous? I want to show that to you for a while. Look at that. So the combination with the cloud, the grayish clouds, is really pretty. So I'm going to turn you off, and I'll come back on here and there. Otherwise, next stop is in Quartzsite, where we will gas up. See you then. For those of you who are wondering, when we left the RV park, we made a right onto Blue Diamond Boulevard and just stayed straight on that boulevard until we came to the 215. So on the 215, we got off for Interstate 11. Interstate 11, which is also 93 and 95. And when we get up around Boulder City, 93 will branch off to head over towards Phoenix direction, and we will take 95 south, which will take us all the way to Yuma Proving Grounds, where we'll turn off of 95. And you can see what a difference just a few minutes made in the sky. Not pretty though, still pretty. I don't know if you noticed, but our windshield is clean. We had the motorhome washed while we were in Vegas, so it's nice and clean. Oh, it's so filthy. Our windows were so filthy. So now everything's clean. We're ready to get settled down there. It shouldn't really get dirty much heading down because we're not going to hit rain or anything. Right now the temperature is 61 degrees here in Vegas. So we are heading east at the moment. And when we get off onto 95, I'll come back on. And just like that, we're getting off. Oh, the sky is so pretty. Getting off onto 95. Heading towards Searchlight. So you can see this is just a long drive down through mostly California. I'll probably come back on when we get to Searchlight. Aren't those mountains beautiful over there? Pardon my bouncing there. We'll kind of hold us while we're driving. Just gorgeous. See, it's really wide open. Now we're supposed to hit wind through here at some point today. I just felt a little bit of wind now. Yeah. So, one thing that motorhomers don't like is wind. We are now coming into what is known as the speed trap area. It says 45 miles per hour, and you better do it. because the cops really monitor through here. And this is the town of Searchlight. And it actually has a population of about 3,500. I was surprised when I just saw the sign. Okay, now we're coming down to 35 speed limit. So this is the place that, let's see, it is just some mobile home parks over there. So if you want to get something to eat or get gas, this is the place. But be prepared. It'll be very crowded because it's a McDonald's. Basically, a McDonald's.
Now it's 25.
Now it's 25. So there's a Roadhouse, it's a Denny's. We call it, it's a Roadhouse, but it's got Denny's in it. It's like a casino. And coming up here to the left will be the McDonald's. Like I say, a lot of times when we've come through here, not with the motorhome. This is one of the first times with the motorhome. When we've come up and down with the car to go see Michelle. It's hard to find a parking spot up here at this McDonald's because it's so crowded with people stopping.
Right, not this early.
Right. It's early in the morning. It might not be. But you never know. There's a Terrible's Casino. And the McDonald's is in that Terrible's Casino. So there's a big gas station here, Terrible's Diesel. And we are now coming out of the town. The speed limit is back up to 50. So like I say, always do the speed limit when you go through Searchlight. They will nab you. We've seen them. Oftentimes we've seen people pull over. So I gotta take the warning seriously. The sky is still beautiful. See, I didn't realize that this is how it looked early in the morning like this anymore. Because I am not an early morning person at all. I haven't been getting up early like that since I worked. See up ahead, the highway is just straight down. I'll come back on when we get close to the border. There's one nice rest area along here. It's over here on the left. So you make a left into it. Big fields, you can see where people probably just boondock out there in the fields. And then across from it is the rest stop. And we are coming up to the exit for Laughlin, Nevada. Now, Laughlin is another casino town. We used to go there often when Bob's dad was still alive and he would drive and meet us there. That used to be fun. And it's along the Colorado River, so you've got the Colorado River in Laughlin on one side and Bullhead City on the other side. Very shortly we're going to be coming on the California-Nevada line. You'll notice a difference in the highway. So there's the exit heading over to Laughlin. After we get into California, it's going to be a lot more of a winding type road, not this nice straight shot through like we've been having. And it also goes down to just one lane each direction. And for those of us who are towing, we've got to go down to 55 mile per hour driving.
Border's coming up where the pavements changes.
Yeah, where the pavement changes. So, going to California. You'll be able to see what we need. all different beers, and there's a little more windy, one going each direction. Well, we were coming into the town of Needles, California. There are 3 exits, and there's a gas, but I wouldn't recommend getting gas here. It's very expensive in this town. It's kind of known for it. We got onto Interstate 40 about 10 miles back. So we're on freeway just for, about 13 miles or so. We'll be getting off back onto 95 shortly. There is a KOA, those of you interested in staying in this town, though I don't know why you'd want to, but it could be a good overnight spot. Much to write home about. There was what was the population, honey?
53.
About 5,300 people. See, it's just kind of a, chunky little town. Sorry, those of you who live here, but just my opinion. 2 miles to our exit. I'm smelling a skunk. It's McDonald's. We went to that McDonald's one time and went to pay, and it was so expensive we walked out. Just to show you how much more expensive it is here. But you can also take an exit up here to go to Bullhead City and Laughlin. That's a strong skunk. Bumpy. Now, normally we would have the sun just beating in our eyes heading this way, but the cloud coverage is helping, so we don't really have any issues with the sun. Now, this is also the road you would take to get to Flagstaff. Also, this is where 93 meets up with 40 at a certain point, and you also stay on here if you want to go to Lake Havasu. It's an exit for Lake Havasu. Ways up the road. Say about this place. Now we're taking exit for South 95. Back on 95. And it's more the same kind of highway as we were on before. It's also referred to as the historic Route 66. I tell you, if you want to travel between Vegas and Yuma, early in the morning is really a lot better, because usually there's a lot of trucks going back and forth on 95, and we've already seen any. See, this is just more needles here. The next services out of Needles is 49 miles. So I'm going to put you back on hold. I had to show you these mountains over here. If I can keep my hand steady. See how shapes of them, sharp, rigid. Over to this side. Or this side to get the glare. But another view of them. Turn a little bit steady. Apologize for the glare. And you can see why we like coming down here. It is very pretty. There's a lot of flat land, but then there's also a lot of mountains that have a lot of interesting shapes to them. You can see up ahead. Let's go back over here. Making it easy. We are coming up to a little junction here where there's an agricultural check station on the left. And we are going to turn left onto, let's see, what is that called? We're trying to see. It's a California Agricultural Inspection Station in Vidal. I can't even see. We wanted to see what the gas was at this gas station. We can't see anything. So anyway, we're making a left on this road for a little ways, heading towards Parker. This is some little California highway number. It looks like we're pulling over here to let somebody pass us. Try to be courteous when we can. So Parker is only 17 miles from here. Okay, this is California Highway 62 heading east. So this will be about 17 miles and then we'll come into the town of Parker and get back onto 95. So I'll come back on then. Okay, we have turned right on what is still 62 just for a little bit. We're coming into the town of Parker, Arizona. Got this bridge that's always a kind of a mile marker, or you know, what do you call it? Something that helps you know where you're at. I can't think of it. So this is coming up at the end of California 62. Getting back onto, or turns into Arizona 95. Now, I should try to explain. When we turned off 95 back at that agricultural station area, we were on California 95.
No, we were on US 95.
I mean, US 95. Now we are on Arizona 95.
In just a few minutes here.
In just a few minutes. And then when we get to Quartzsite, honey, Quartzsite, it turns back into what?
US 95.
US 95. Now, I'll be testing you on that later. So this is, you know, it's a cute little town. It's up at the stop sign. Or the lights up ahead. If you make a left, you're going to Lake Havasu direction, and that's where a good part of the town of Parker is down to the left. And there's a lot of different RV parks down that way too. So it's another RV city for snowbirds. Oh, they're working on this part of the road.
So Arizona 95 goes toward Havasu, and then We're going to be on the port side.
See by the sign coming up ahead? It's 95 north to go to Havasu, and 95 south to head down to Quartzsite, which is where our last stop will be to get gas. Oh, isn't this where we need to go first to go to Havasu? Yeah, they're going to get the road dug up there. Well, it could only be an improvement when they're done. So this Shell station here is. So this is Parker. My battery popped up that it was low, and so I lost you there for a while. So I think what I was saying when it cut off on me is any work on the highway is an improvement. So we're back on 95 heading to Quartzsite, where we will pull off and get gas. And that's our last stop before going down 95, getting off the Yuma proving grounds. So it's 34 miles to Quartzsite, 118 to Yuma. Yuma, it's like an hour and 21 minutes, 43 minutes to Quartzsite. So I'll come back on when we get to Quartzsite. Well, half an hour later, we are in the town of Quartzsite. We're just pulling into the gas station. Trying to figure out where Bob's going to pull in.
I got one of these.
You know, I didn't want to
As soon as this lady leaves here.
They've got the road down to one lane for a good part of it, so we have to go around the cones to get into the station. So there was one section that was down to one lane after we got out of Parker, and luckily we didn't get stopped to wait in the line, because there was a long line. We wondered why, coming the other direction, there were so many cars all together.
These cars backing up too.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be able to get out. So anyway, we managed to not get stopped by the tagger. The gas here looks like it's $4.09, so that's the cheapest we've seen it. Not as cheap as I'd like to see, but it's not bad. So I'm gonna get off while Bob puts some gas in here. We're gonna put in less than we normally do, because maybe in the spring it'll be cheaper, and we come back through here, we'll fill it up. So from here we have about an hour to drive down to our RV park. So I'm going to shut this off until we start driving again. So we are all gassed up. Just went over Interstate 10. And we are now going to go down to our destination, which is 60 miles from here. I'm going to leave this on to show you some. In fact, I want to unplug it from the thing for a minute to show you all the boondocking areas. Over here to the left is big RV parking, but that's because in Quartzsite every year they have these big kind of like fairs that go on. People come from all over to go to it. They have what they call long-term visitor parking, and that's one of the first ones. Starts right up here, about a half a mile. You can turn either direction. parked out there just in the fields. This is for people who enjoy boondocking. Boondocking is where you don't have any hookups at all. So it's a lot cheaper to stay. And these really fill up a lot during the winter at various times, especially after the holidays. Some people don't come down here until after that. They stay home with family. We don't really have any family to stay home with, so we prefer to get down here. We don't have to worry about the weather as much. We have to worry about it anyway, but not like we would if we waited until December, say, to come down, or January. Then for sure you're going to get snow in the mountains. So that was the first one, the Boondockers. There's another one up ahead here, another couple. I'll show you that one only if there are really a lot of people, which I don't think there are quite yet. So I'll come back on closer to when we're going to turn off to go down to our park. And here we are. We are pulling down the street, going down the street that will take us to the RV park. About 6 miles down the road, and we will be at the park. In the meantime, this is the United States Army Yuma Proving Ground that we're pulling down into. We'll go past it. So, it's a pretty non-eventful trip. However, let me in the window. So we're going to have to get that fixed because we don't want it to travel. Well, it must have been a pretty huge rock. Over here to my left is what they call Visitor Control Center. I call it Pass an ID. That's where you gotta go and check in before you can go onto the base. There's 2 entrances to the base. Up at the right there's a Howard gate and then another gate. So they would show up. It is big. I'm really surprise. There. No, it's not. So this is the first gate. Walker Gate. Oh, now you can see it. See it? See that big splotch? That is the ding in our windshield. It's not a bug gut. A bug guts. That is the ding. So anyway, that was the first gate, and that's where like most of the people who work on the base, let me see if I can get this back out there, right? Work on the base, turn in at. So there's all kinds of different little roads off to the side where sometimes you'll see tanks going across when they're going out there and practicing or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to turn this off till we get up there near our park. And here we are. Took us exactly 5 hours to get here from Las Vegas, and that included stopping for gas. So we made really good time. I'm hoping, well, it looks like they cut a lot of trees down, branches down. Hoping maybe the Rams would be out here on the golf course, but they're not.
There's nothing on the greens. There's no grass.
No grass or anything, okay. So they're still working on it, so the golf course is still closed. But looks like it's mowed down pretty good. So the Ram family isn't out here. Wonder if they're the ones that mowed that grass down so well. But you can see up ahead, there's where the RVs park, and up here is where there's some of the houses you can buy, and they're, mobile home type things. So we're coming up here to the gate, and I'm going to turn this off while we check in. I'll be right back. Well, we're checked in at the gate. Now we're going to go down to the office and get the rest checked in before we pull up to our spot. I see there's
Norman Cap.
yeah. Nobody in Bob's spot yet. Check out and see what's changed since we've been here. Look like they're here yet. But I know Gina and Dean are here. Where are they?
Here back there, that Montana.
Oh, okay. So up ahead, you can see the big building, this office, and you start seeing us all roll in and go, oh, here they are. It's all the old folks starting to come in today on the 1st. The shorter building there is where the restaurant
Pulling
is.
these.
You're going the wrong direction. Okay, so we're going to go into the office, check in, get all my packages that have arrived, and we'll be back. Well, folks, we are all set up. We just need to go pick up some plants, some live plants to put outside on those 2 benches that we have those other things just sitting on temporarily for now. But we pretty much have everything together. So this ends our vlog for our Snowbird trek down to Yuma for the season 2022-2023. So I hope you enjoyed it all. I love you all. Bye.